everybody? Welcome back. We are, as per usual, we aim to do a specific match, and then something happens that doesn't work out, and then we have to pivot to a new match. So we are in a couple turns late here, but we are into the top 8. Lazyguga versus Deriva, both from Team Hydra. Hydra head-to-head here.
Yeah, and from the looks of things, Lazyguga loses. This is 3 damage coming through on the attack before blockers declare. There's a Noxian Fervor in Deriva's hand. There is no counterplay on the side of Lazy. Yep, no main deck counterplay does mean that we are going to feel pretty safe. Actually, Lazy might be running single combat, but regardless, Deriva feels the need to go for it, goes for it, is rewarded, and Pirates going to pick up a game number 1 win here in the Hydra head-to-head.
But Boulevard, we just started the game. What? Jesus, that was fast.
Yeah, I was surprised by coming in on turn 6 and seeing Lazy on 6.
That was incredibly fast. Okay. Well, we're going to go into game 2 here in just a second. And see if Deriva can pick up a quick spot in the top 4 here. All right, so now we got. Oh, I love seeing that Electro Harpoon just because it's one of the newer cards out right now.
Yeah, so Deriva is. Oh man, did I mess up? Is Deriva actually also not on Yordles and Arms, and it's actually the Lulu Fizz Burn that Lazy is also playing? No, Lazy's playing Lulu Cannon Burn.
Okay. And
but these lists might be identical minus Yordles and Arms out of Lazy's lists. I gotta make sure that I didn't screw up the deck breakdown here.
Yeah, so we were actually just talking about this, myself and Boulevard. There is so they're in the top cut. There is 4 Kennen Ezreal decks. There's also 4 Yordle decks.
Yordle Rally specifically.
And then literally everything else is a one of. So
well, there's a few 2-ofs.
It is, yeah, but even with a few 2-ofs, it's very widespread.
Yeah, so this is essentially, I guess this is like the new Hydra tech. Hydra tends to come out of the gate with some really cool decks on the opening weeks. I've always given them a lot of credit for that. That is one of the things that makes me enjoy watching Hydra players on week 1. And it looks like their list this time around is this Lulu Burn deck, where Deriva is playing the Yordles and Arms, is going with Fizz, and then Lazy, again, also has it in their lineup, minus Yordles and Arms, but with Kennen instead of Fizz. But yeah. It's like, I don't really know how to describe it. Like, obviously, there's Electro Harpoons and Mystic Shots and Get Exciteds and Pokesticks. That's where the burn comes from. But then the units are, like, just kind of value units.
I mean, I describe it as just the Electro Harpoon, right? I mean, that's kind of the reason this deck even exists. If it wasn't for that card, this deck wouldn't be played, probably. You know,
I mean, if I'm trying to describe the archetype to you and you just tell me Electro Harpoon, you told me nothing.
It's an Electro Harpoon deck, okay?
I'd be like, what does that mean? That's as descriptive as Minion OTK.
Well, there's the Pokestick in return here to prevent 3 damage coming in from the Boom Baboon. So going to feel good for Lazy, but unfortunately for Deriva, losing a lot of that board that we just had. I do like the idea, you know, because what's the Tiny Spear? +1/+0 or +0/+1, right?
That's the Spear and Shield is picked +1/+0 or +0/+1.
Yeah. So I mean, that's an additional, you know, attack damage you could potentially push to go face.
Is that what it is?
No, it is.
+1/+0 and additional attack damage.
It is.
That's incredible.
It is, isn't it? So there's the Electro Harpoon again, getting used to kind of create some board parity there, which is good. There's get excited off the top, but not nearly as much burn as you'd want, especially when you're having to deal with other elusive units with your Fizz in hand, because right now this Fizz is nowhere near being able to attack face. We could get excited with discarding that Spear and kill the Vandal Commando and then attack with Fizz, but then Fizz is going to be vulnerable to basically everything else. We have another Fizz in Lazyguga's hand that could just block it away, so things are looking rough for Deriva.
Yep, and Lazy actually going to go for the save onto the Yordle Explorer rather than the kill onto the Yordle Squire pre-combat. Deciding that the tough does mean that we're going to be pushing less damage here, but there's really not any threat coming at our Lecturing Yordle, so going to be okay with the trades made here, and this game looking better for Lazyguga than the previous one did, because by this point, Deriva or Lazy was pretty much dead in the previous set.
Oh yeah, That was a very fast game. We came in and the game was already over.
Yep.
Lulu though coming
Nice
down.
pickup.
Yeah, that is amazing. And another Lulu off the top. Okay, that's
Okay. Well, that's it's a little overkill.
Whimsy.
We get it, Deriva. You can draw Lulu.
Yeah, I don't know if Whimsy's gonna do a whole lot here. You could use it on the Grifter, but I don't know. All right. We'll at least be able to pick off this Explorer, which we tried doing last turn, but Lulu does go down here. And yeah, we are going to do the Whimsy onto the Grifter. This is actually probably one of the best uses I've seen for Whimsy since this card has come out, Boulevard. This card usually just never gets value.
I mean, it's not going to see main deck play, but I feel like it is definitely one of the better champion spells that we've seen flying around. Especially with these more mid-range units in the Yordle mirror that your opponent feels like they can throw into combat thanks to the big stats, and then here comes Whimsy.
All right. All of a sudden, I mean, it does seem like Deriva is getting, even on board thanks to this Lulu here. Another Fizz off the top for Lazyguga. And a Fleet Feather Tracker as well. Instantaneous pokey stick there. Yeah, a lot of these burn spells that we're seeing too, I mean, they're really helping Deriva keep up with Lazyguga on board, right? I mean, we right now could just clear the Bandle Commando and the Conchologist. Fizz, I'm pretty sure we're never getting rid of at this point. That's going to be a rough one. And actually, you've constantly said this, Boulevard, right? Fizz over Teemo. We might see this come in huge here. I mean, we have the rally with the Playful Trickster if we want it. Now,
so something...
Playful Trickster is pull it out of combat to rally, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mystic Shot and Get Excited would prevent both of those.
Something that was just pointed out to me is that of the 24 decks that made Top Cut, 17 of them contain a Bandle City card.
Wow, okay, so, all right.
And that's including things like Ken and Ezreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Bandle City confirmed good region.
I mean, Targon was a good region on release. Shurima was pitiful. And then Bandle City was overpowered. We've got a good balance going.
All right, well, another Fizz going to come down to prevent this Fizz from blocking, theoretically, if Lazyguga can top a fast or burst speed spell, depending on if this is open attack or not. But we are going to rally. Oh, this feels bad. This feels bad. And
I mean, Lazy still gets to attack with his 2 other units, and what's Deriva going to do? Block?
No.
With Fizz or Lulu?
Nope, you get 4 damage through. Yeah. No way.
Gonna block with the Lulu.
No way.
It says my Fizz is a 3/2. I don't really care if it's a 4/4.
Oh, wow.
What this does is, if Deriva had just taken the damage, the next attack, you're still losing your Lulu, unless she's at 2 out of 3, in which case I'm bewildered by this. Okay, she's 1 out of 3. Like, Fizz would have gone up to a 4/4, we would have gotten the attack through.
Yeah.
It really only pushes a little bit more damage, and actually rewarded here for this top deck. Gonna get elusive onto the Fizz.
Yeah, and that's actually huge. A Chum the Waters here is a ridiculously good card to pick up. We now can deal with this Yordle Captain without having to sacrifice something like Fizz. Wow, this is suddenly flipping back towards Deriva here. This is a crazy comeback.
But if Lazy top decks Bandle City Mayor, then we can really start to... It's Conchologist. Okay, if we Conchologist
well, that's not bad either.
Pokey? Oh, Succession as well.
Oh, Succession's not bad. We get
going for the Pokey though.
Okay. Yeah, Pokey makes sense.
What's on the top of the deck rather than just going for a 4/4.
Yordle Grifter also a huge pickup from Deriva.
Poppy,
by the way.
That's a good 4/4 Lazy.
Oh boy, you don't like to see that on the side of Deriva getting top decked. I think we live, but I think we have to sacrifice the Fizz, which is the problem.
Yeah, you're going to actually get to kill one of the units as well. That's not what I expected. I figured we would throw that at whoever was blocked by Fizz. But I guess you're attacking with everything anyway. You can line up the the Shark onto the Poppy. You can line up the Fizz onto the Yordle Captain.
Oh, yeah, this is so that we can, guarantee the kill onto the Yordle Captain, and then the
Yeah.
Longtooth goes on the Poppies.
I just figured you do it post-combat. Doesn't really matter that you did pre-combat, but not going to take any damage here as we were unwilling to attack with the second Conchologist.
Ooh, this is very, very close, Boulevard. Bomber Twins is not terrible. And Fleet Feather Tracker on the other side.
If it can pull Preservarium, that's not bad
that's
either.
not bad either, yeah. But
okay, we got a little bit of a top deck war on our hands. There was a good old-fashioned one, too.
Yeah.
Ooh, what? Was that Lecturing Yordle or was that Telescope, do you think? Gotta be Lecturing, right? Given the amount of 1 health units on Lazy's field.
Yeah, because right now I think you need something that's going to be able to trade with 2 units and potentially, use those poison darts to pick off.
Yeah, Deriva really starting to pull ahead here. Going to be able to kill this Conchologist as well. Has a blocker for the other Conchologist and will be getting that 2/2 in a couple of turns.
Yeah, but this is still a top deck war. I mean, Lazy could get absolutely anything good here and still be pretty well off. There's some shrooms.
We got a Conchologist.
Another one of those. Definitely not bad.
Was Mayor an option or did Deriva skip?
Ooh, group shot isn't active right now. I'm not sure. I think they might have skipped then, yeah. Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
Furious Feyfolk and Tenor of Terror are both awesome choices. I mean, you got to figure Furious Feyfolk. I mean, you have the 7 mana this turn. Yeah, there it is. 6
I was going to say, it really just depends on if you want to go wide or if you want to go tall, and Deriva decides that in this, sort of final stages of the game, this top deck, we're going tall is where they want to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the quick attack going to come in big here, too. That 3 attack on the Conchologist, not even going to be able to really trade.
And that's lethal.
Yeah. Not anymore. It's not lethal anymore.
Impact 4.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that has impact. All right.
Yeah, it's got a lot of impact.
There's a reason why that card's at least okay. There we go. And Mystic Shot, Deriva. 2 quick wins. I was not expecting that kind of game there in the top 8. That was a very weird back and forth Yordle war between a Yordle burn deck, I guess, and then our typical Yordle rally deck that we've seen a lot of.